race gas. Only about a 20%, maybe 25% mixture. It runs fine on pump premium if you're paying attention. Feet in maybe 2 or 3 miles. This is a residential area, so keep it, of course, respectful. Run out of residents. Take you to the lake here. Beautiful road. When we lived up here, this was dirt. A little shortcut back to town that way. When it was about a mile of dirt, I used to take my R1 when we lived down here and work back there in Grass Valley. This road here is extremely steep. What I'm doing here, I'm reaching back and switching gas tanks to the pump premium. We'll save some of our race mix back up the hill. Runs great on pump premium, really. The only time you have to watch it is if it's hot, and if you're pulling, kind of a load in lower gear, like say climbing a hill in fourth gear. On a hot day, you want to be paying attention to the load. Here's how I'll describe this road here. It descends that 1,000 feet that we picked up in 2 miles very quickly. And then look at this. After that descent, 31%. Now we really plummet. Look at this. It's a ski slope. When you end up at the bottom of this, snow plows will not do that 31%. This area is quite a bit of snow. This road is closed. You get a few inches of snow because the snow plow tumbles down that grade. Let's go over past our old house here. Again, this is a residential area. Like some test drivers in the Northwest, I'm very respectful of people's neighborhoods, streets, pets, children. This is Scott's Flat Lake, Cascade Shores side. As I said, we used to live about a block and a half up the road here. Let's get some pictures of this beast in the Northern California smoky morning sunlight. This color, bronze infused, a version of my childhood Mini, which was sort of the very satin olive non-metallic green. And this one here looks that way in shaded light, but in sunlight it explodes with bronze gold green color.
pump gas, but it does run a bit crisper. And how would I put it? It's happier. It smells good. Yeah, it seems to idle a bit lower, it's a bit less raspy. But really, this is certainly, not bad manners for a hot rod, or something with a super light compression ratio. We're running about 13-to-1, flat top pistons, right at the deck. Let's see, we went that way. Let's do that again. That was fun. Come up here. It's a beautiful road with really nothing on it. It's bound to attract that sort of, say, a tire consumer. Some people like to test that LSD. Make sure you get 2 big black lines in the road. As a safety factor, brief mention of this before, is the way the car is set very low. You really can't hammer it as hard. I mean, you wouldn't autocross it at this level, because I've got it set for looks essentially. It is set very low. 13-inch wheels, and I got less than an inch of clearance to the wheel openings. You're not going to have a lot of wheel travel, and if you really thrash it, you're going to run out of clearance. And so this is, again, I've talked about the compromise of ride height versus looks versus tire clearance. And if you're going to really pound on this, you want to raise it up a bit. People smile at this when you go by. But it does make a bit of a shriek. And then they realize, oh, it's just a cute car making some noise. But yeah, growing up with long hair and hot rods, not perfect hot rods, the kind of hot rods a high school kid would have. And those tend to attract more police attention, more impatient people. When you have one fixed up to this level, most people are pretty nice. Even if you're being a bit rude when you're driving, they're going to be a bit more forgiving than if you have a jacked up primer GTO, which I have. You see that bale back there? Bale spilled in the road? Oh no, balance! Balance in the ditch! This is a very solid little mini. A lot of people gripe about my 13-inch wheels. This is so stable. You can see the steering wheel jumping around, well, other than when the tires are breaking loose. But it's such a solid little mini. I've done it years ago now, but I did that video with a friend's 68 Mark II 10-inch wheels on Interstate 80 through Sacramento. Plummeting. But compared to the 10-inch wheels, this thing is so solid and planted. You don't get the sketchiness over uneven pavement. Let go of the steering wheel without it. Unpleasant over, I won't call them big bumps, but when the road is irregular, it follows pretty nicely. It's not trying to throw you into the ditch or anything. It certainly isn't a lush ride. This has the red springs. this is very small spring movement, even for the small wheel movement. But as far as one of these, this is just one of the most stable, pleasant, fun to drive minis with incredible power for the original type engine. I mentioned this engine makes at least 50% more power than a normal 1380, which is a performance engine. Yes, it's going to take someone who knows what they're doing to pay attention to what it's telling them. But very few big series minis have this kind of combination of power, manageability, modern handling. Very stable. We'll head back to the Cooper Road Mini compound in time for the start of school.
Use the clutch to shut it off just in case. You can see our temperature never got above, it's right around thermostat temperature, between 150 and 180 on the gauge. Alright, hope you found that enjoyable. You can throw any questions you like at me. Yeah, that video is a little longer than most, but if you're considering this car, it's a lot of good information. Take a look at cooperroadmini.com, the website I built, oh gosh, back when I started building this car, as well as the huge playlist of videos here on my YouTube channel. Any other information you like about this, or perhaps you already have a Mini and you'd like it to run like this. I do that too. Nobody takes the time to build these engines and transmissions and make them work as well as I do. This is a nearly 60-year-old car, and it is an amazing beast to drive. And that's a result of the kind of attention to detail, oh come on Roxy, sorry about my dog, that I put into everything I do. And the results speak for themselves.